It's Vegas, dude. They don't call it Sin City for nothing. Right here where we're walking is actually the wealthiest.
Right here.
Right here. Billions of dollars worth of hotels and casinos, and this all comes right up against this. Just want 40 cents. Cash out. I'm in the green sauce. Always a winning combination.
But you can't gamble a lot and survive here.
Casinos don't gamble, casinos do math. They make it a maze, they make the carpet design ugly, so you look at the slot machines.
This has to be super expensive real estate.
When I heard about the cost of living, I was like, oh my gosh. You can just come up here, grab a drink, it's totally free. That element is unique to here.
This is crazy. The casino's right behind us.
Yeah, we're truly in the shadow of the strip here.
Good morning, guys. If you've watched my channel before, you know that I like to capture contrast. Here in Las Vegas, well, that's the land of contrast. So today we're gonna meet up with a local who's gonna show us the rich and poor world basically living on top of one another. Get a good inside look of maybe a side of Vegas you haven't seen. Let's do this. All right, so what's going on here, Jacob?
Well, we are at the Las Vegas Country Club. So this community has been here for decades.
Okay.
So this was where, man, probably what, back in the 60s? A lot of the casino executives used to live. Old celebrities like Rodney Dangerfield has had a house here before. Lefty Rosenthal, one of the most famous mobsters in Vegas history. This is like old money neighborhood.
Okay.
But the neighborhood around it has changed a lot. Several years ago, I was doing a little bit of research about the wealthiest and the poorest zip codes. So when I had seen it, showed this zip code right here where we're walking is actually the wealthiest. Now,
This right here.
right here.
Okay.
Right here. You do have a high concentration of wealthy people here because even though what you're seeing right here doesn't look pretty, but that country club right there, right down here, as you get closer to the strip, there's two properties called Turnberry Place and Turnberry Towers.
Okay.
Those two high-rise you can see right there, those are where there's a lot of wealthy people living there.
That's interesting. So serious juxtaposition. You have a street basically separating everything. Towers are right there. This is probably how much a month, a rent like this in here?
Oh, man. There was a place at Naked City not far from here
Yeah.
that last year I asked two people who were coming out of a building that was actually just remodeled and renovated, and I think they said they were paying $800 a month for their one bedroom, which, I mean, to find anything decent for less than $1,200 right now is probably pretty tough. This whole neighborhood here, the country club, as you can see, walls all around it, gated entry. They don't just let anybody walk onto property.
Like us.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not getting it.
We're gonna make a left into this parking lot. It's gonna change. This part is where you will definitely see soliciting.
And that's right off the strip.
Yeah, we're just slightly east of the strip. We're still just a parking lot across the street from the country club. This is also where they have, known for being this big sex club here.
Sex club as in a strip club or what?
No, sex club as in like, just pay to go in and you do what you do with who will allow you to do it with you.
The green room.
Green
The green
door.
door.
Green
Okay.
door.
So in Nevada, is prostitution legal in Clark County?
No, not in Clark County and not in Washoe County. Any county, I believe it's the population is 500,000 or more, or 700,000 is illegal. But either way, Clark County and Washoe County, that's where Las Vegas and Reno are. It's not legal.
So it's legal there, though. They just nobody. It's sort of a hush-hush thing.
So no. That's not a business that has designated licensed sex workers. That's just a place for the general public to pay money to go in, and they've got all kinds of rooms and stuff that you can just enjoy. Green Door is similar like a swingers club.
So this is the zone you go if you're looking for a prostitute in Vegas.
It's just one of them. It's Vegas, dude. Like, there's no shortage. They don't call it Sin City for nothing. And in terms of like stuff like violent crime, this is not the worst area. Even Naked City, over by the north part of the strip, statistically, in terms of homicides, is not the worst.
Okay.
People will tell you it is. A lot of people, especially even locals and tourists, they hear that it is, but the numbers don't support it. That is the MSG Sphere, Madison Square Garden Sphere, supposed to be done at the end of 2023. U2 is going to be performing the opening night.
Just a concert hall?
It's supposed to be more than just a concert hall. It's supposed to be like this just unreal entertainment venue.
Okay.
With like technology that I don't know if any other place has it. So basically, like no matter where you're at, it's supposed to be like an amazing visual and audio experience. So right here, this is where one of the tunnels, the underground tunnels that so many people know about now, comes up right here. So we are right behind the Link, behind Harrah's, right behind like the Flamingo Hotel and Casino.
Can we check it out?
Yeah.
All right, we just parked the car. Where are we going right now?
We're gonna go out through here, through the Link, down the promenade. We're just gonna loop around, that's all.
So just to show the viewer right outside of this building, basically.
Oh yeah.
So it's just an endless maze after maze here.
To an extent.
Restaurants, casino shops,
Well, yeah, man.
gaming.
If you get stuck in it long enough, you eventually have to stop and buy something to drink and spend some money. They make it a maze. They make the carpet design ugly, so you look at the slot machines. There's no clocks inside. There's usually no windows, so you can see when it's nighttime outside.
Bathroom's hard to find.
Can be.
That's Caesars. That's a famous casino, right?
Yeah, across the street is Caesars.
Misters are bad for the camera lens.
Has the effect.
How many years have you lived here for?
Just over a decade now.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
You love it. Why?
It's not California.
Okay, you came from where?
I moved here from San Jose, California.
You don't miss it?
Not really. Some nostalgia from California, right? Born in the state, raised in the state. I've been all up and down NorCal, SoCal, from San Diego all the way up to Weed, California. And I came here out of college with over 100 grand in student loan debt. It was a cheaper cost of living here. There are no state income taxes.
Sure.
It wasn't until after I moved here I found out we have, I think, the 4th lowest property tax in the country. When I moved here from Santa Clara County and Clark County are both 1.9 million people.
Yep.
And I thought the cost of living here might be a little lower. Well, yeah, they're about the same size. They'll probably be kind of similar, but there's no state tax. And then when I heard about the cost of living, I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay, so that busy pedestrian walkway was right in there.
Yes. Billions of dollars worth of hotels and casinos. And then this all comes right up against this.
Okay, wow.
So you can see people. So
Yeah, the security guide saying
Yeah.
don't go in there.
they said, be careful, you're gonna going in there.
Okay, so what's the scene down here, Jacob?
Well, this is where it's estimated to be. The most recent numbers I've heard, there's estimated about 15,000 homeless people in the Vegas Valley, and they think somewhere around 10% of them live down here underground. Now, the reason people come and live underground here is one, it's cooler in the summertime, warmer in the wintertime. However, if you become homeless, you don't just like become homeless one day and show up down here. Like, it's a progression, because there is a community down here. These tunnels have their own mayors. They have their own hierarchy. They have their own structure and system in place. Now, a lot of people down here will have issues with either substance abuse, mental health, or both.
Sure.
There's lots of places in Vegas that you could, even the parts that people say, oh, this is such a bad neighborhood.
Right.
Depending on where you're from, your definition of bad could be different.
Yeah.
But down here, sometimes they will even have signs that will say, do not enter, that will say keep out, because especially in past, they've had some issues with certain people coming to film that don't portray them, they feel like in the best light, they don't feel like they're telling the full story.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go down there, you run the risk of, again, people either have substance abuse issues, health issues, both, and if they feel like you're encroaching on their territory, you're playing with fire.
Okay, why does the city leave the gates open, do you think?
Well, they probably just break them open on the regular. So as soon as the county, and this is actual county, this is not city.
Oh.
So,
Okay, strong smell down here.
yeah, so if you come down here, they probably break them open just regularly. Like, even if they were to come, they're like, this looks like they've tried to wire it, someone just cuts it. So,
Oh, wow.
I mean, to an extent, no matter what the city or county does, people are already living down here.
So thousands of people down there.
The last estimate I heard is probably in the range of 1,500 people, but you know, the homeless population here, as it has been across the country, has been growing, especially since COVID.
Oh yeah. You really see it in the cities, but that's just it's sad and interesting at the same time. The juxtaposition of, wow, you have all those tourists right there. Mm-hmm. None of them even know this exists right here, obviously.
Unless they've seen it on social media somewhere, they probably wouldn't. They walk by this, wouldn't even know it's here. They wouldn't even think about it,
right,
or anything like that. That's one of the criticisms here of the state. Is, you know, this state has taken hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayer money to give to like the Raiders Stadium to get built. Now the discussion is about the Oakland A's and giving hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayer money for that.
Yeah.
So that's one of the criticisms people have, is giving, you know, taxpayer money to sporting events, arenas, when you have serious problems like this. This right here is Stage Door Casino. Now, it's not much of an actual like Vegas Strip casino like you're used to.
Sure.
They do have video poker at the bar, but this place is like a cult-like following. People love it. If you're a dive bar person, they love this kind of spot because they've got cheap drinks, they've got cheap hot dogs and that sort of thing.
$1 bottles.
Yeah, but they will definitely search you before you go in. So they will use a metal detector because they've definitely had issues in the past with violence in this area.
How is crime in Vegas? Let's say over the last couple years, same, worse, better?
So 2020, the homicides had gone up. I think it was up to like 150 something.
Okay.
2021, it went up from there, which was kind of surprising to a lot of people. And then 2022, they went back down. As far as the Strip area, this is, you know, they do what they can to try to keep this safe and keep this protected.
Right.
You know, but you got a whole valley of a couple million people.
Okay, so this is it, right? The Strip?
This is it. This is the Las Vegas Boulevard. Most of the locals are not going to come down here unless they got friends or family visiting or if they work on the Strip. A lot of tourists seem to think that the locals do, but no, locals generally don't spend that much time over here. I do because of the work I do.
Right.
The vast majority of locals are not going to be gambling here, eating here, you know, going to spas here and stuff like that. You know, you may come to some of the nightclubs here, but even still, like just about everything you have available on the Strip, you can find, you know, probably not to the same extent, but you can find it off the Strip.
You're not coming down here. Where are you going in Vegas?
A lot more of the locals will go downtown, like Fremont Street area.
Okay.
You go as far west as like Red Rock Casino, or you go as far east as like, you know, Boulder Highway. Those areas you typically have better table minimums. If you're doing like blackjack and that kind of thing, they're more likely to pay 3 to 2.
Yeah.
You're not going to see like 000 roulette wheels in those places.
Sure.
You'll generally find the slots are looser because, you know, locals, you can't charge the same with tourists as you would with locals. Two very different demographics.
As a local, you can't, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty that do gamble a lot, but you can't gamble a lot and survive here. Because you're going to lose, right?
Eventually. Like, that's why they have the saying that casinos don't gamble, casinos do math.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, if you win or you lose, they're going to invite you back. But, you know, if you're winning a whole bunch, they'll be like, hey, come back and try to win more. They know over a given period of time, the numbers are in their favor. You have Buen, Encore here, which are known for being like luxury, being like really high-end properties. That's kind of the end of it. Then you start getting up here towards the north end of the Strip, which people always say the north end has this bad reputation. Because here at the north end, yeah, you're more likely to see homeless people here. You're more likely to see, you know, windows broken and bashed on some of these businesses, whether it's Denny's, whether it's this Ross that I've seen somebody walk out of there stealing stuff twice, or the Walgreens up here. I've seen the windows broken and boarded up numerous times, talked to security in these places, talked to the small business owners. They'll tell you they have people that'll come in there, knock stuff over, steal stuff, kick them out, and they just start breaking windows.
A lot of lawyers in town, at least on the billboards.
Lots of injury attorneys.
Injury attorneys, why?
I mean, some of them have to do with, you get injured in a casino, right? They want to sue on your behalf and see if they can get them to settle for a nice chunk of money. But part of it is actually the way Nevada's car insurance works. So here, I forgot the term. I did a video on it years ago, where basically if you're like in a car accident, you can get paid out twice, both by your insurance and the other person's insurance if they're at fault. So you basically get double payouts. So the insurance companies, in order to make up for that, raise the rates because they got to try to stay in business.
Sure.
So if you're like a lawyer, you can actually work the system to get your client paid out twice.
Oh, wow. So guys, I haven't mentioned yet, but Jacob has a channel here in Vegas, all things Vegas, restaurants, hotels, cultural, interesting neighborhoods, everything. It's sort of a one-all channel, all different topics. That link's going to be at the end of the video. Strat. What's the story with the Strat? Is the highest point?
It is. It is the highest you can be in the state of Nevada without going to a dispensary. So the big knock on the Strat is always this neighborhood. It's called Naked City. You've probably seen plenty of other content on it. This is one where I went walking back here at 1 a.m. one day because so many other content creators like, oh, I would never go back here at night. It's so scary. It's so scary. Like, oh, let's go and find out.
So how was it?
Came out just fine. It was pretty quiet. There weren't that many people around, but you can see just from like these dilapidated buildings here that have been essentially abandoned. Every swimming pool that used to be these apartment complexes are filled in with rocks, like that one is right there.
Okay. So what were these? When were these built? In the 50s, maybe?
Probably around there. So you do have some newer buildings here, like this apartment complex here has only been here for a few years.
Okay.
When I first saw it, I was like, wow, they put this in here? Several of the buildings here must have the same owner, because like right here, these ones on the corner, these gray ones with the red doors, they just repainted these probably within the last year. Just putting a fresh coat of paint on it makes them look so much better. But the place gets its name because a lot of the showgirls used to live back here.
Oh, interesting.
That's why it's called Naked City, because they would be out sunbathing like naked out by these pools. So, decades ago, much of the Vegas population lived near the Strip. Because just like a block or two away from the Strip was just ranches and just rural desert. So
this is pretty cool actually right here.
Yeah, so like the Country Club earlier, that was obviously it's right by the Strip. A lot of the casino executives live there. A lot of the other employees of these places, they lived in this area.
So now a lot of the employees and the bigger money lives outside in the suburbs. Fair to say?
To a large extent, yeah. I mean, you do have some right here, and you have especially some older money here that we'll go by and see. But, you do have a couple nonprofits in the neighborhood here that do what they can to assist. You do have this nice park here that, again, lots of people would not think to find.
Right.
And this goes right to the community center here.
Oh, that's cool.
So, public community center. They've got basketball court, fitness facility, library. They also do classes that teach people if English is a second language. They do help with citizenship classes and getting your U.S. citizenship if you're an immigrant. So you do have that, but then you will see these abandoned lots. You'll see your beat-up apartments.
But this has to be super expensive real estate being next to the Strip.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
That dirt right there is worth a lot.
Yeah, like that Aztec casino we drove by, it's been listed for sale before for how many tens of millions of dollars.
Mind if I get some water?
No. Okay.
This is your favorite 7-Eleven, right?
I've been back here before. See, look, we got boarded up window here, so someone broke that. I played slots back here before at the 7-Eleven at night and won money and tipped out the cashier. So when I was in here filming, playing slots, one person was kind of freaked out. I don't know how they're going to react.
I go until now.
I'll throw $5 in a Buffalo slot, see if we win something. If you do in here, they don't exactly have like show tickets and dinner they can comp you.
Okay.
But sometimes these places you come in.
Do you get
here,
a water? Do you get a free water?
Sometimes you can go gamble like at a gas station. They'll give you like a free soda or something. Just won 40 cents. Only betting 40 cents a spin.
Are you a gambler?
I got a whole channel about doing slots.
You play every 5 times a week or so, or how does it work with gaming?
I just batch record playing slots every so often, and then I have enough content for that. So,
but when you're a gamer, there are different tiers, right? Like you have the addicted gamers every day. It's like their drug, right?
Yeah.
You have the party time gamers.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, gambling's a business. I make money from gambling.
You make money from gambling?
Yeah, I make money from it.
How?
Simple. The video is through ad revenue. Ad revenue, sponsorship.
Oh.
So like this money, if I lose this $5 right here, I'm writing this off.
This is a tax write-off.
If I spent $5 to put it in a machine to make a video, or if I spent $5 to go buy a burrito to make for a video, the money was for the purposes of making the video. That's what my tax guys told me.
That's totally legit.
Yeah. There's no precedent set for it. Like I just won $10. I'm gonna come out ahead on this. So I won $10. I'm up to $12.62. Cash out. Here, just give me the 5, man. You're good. Keep the rest.
Thank you. So Bobby just gave you the cash from the machine, right?
Yeah.
Are these loose slots or no?
No, apparently not. Not everybody wins.
It was for me today. Thanks, bro. See that security camera in the parking lot?
Oh, that one up there, yeah.
Jacob?
That's Jacob. Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I'm a big fan.
Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate you watching, man. Take care.
Security cameras up there.
When you see those additional security measures, that's usually an indicator of where you're at. You see those in lots of like Walmart parking lots around here. I've walked this at night. You got some just completely empty dirt lots. You have some abandoned properties, although you do have a couple that have been, must be the same owners, the other ones from earlier. They've been repainted with the gray, and they got the red doors on them. So you'll see some like improvements, but you'll still have this kind of thing where you've got buildings that have, I don't know if either of these have caught fire or they've just been condemned.
They look condemned, yeah.
Yeah.
That roof is just totally bashed in. Mm-hmm. This is crazy that it's the casino's right behind us.
Yeah, we're truly in the shadow of like the strip here.
The tourists obviously never see this.
Very rarely. Once in a blue moon, I'll see someone. I've been back at the 7-Eleven back there, or a couple like walk over from the Strat to the 7-Eleven. I'm like, are you sure you guys know where you're at? But you know, any big area, you'll have your good, you'll have your bad. And here's City Marshal. So
What's the marshal?
So here, what's unique about, kind of unique about this is in Las Vegas, your Las Vegas Metro Police Department, that is actually the Sheriff's Department. So the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is responsible for all of Clark County, everything in the whole county.
Okay.
The neighboring cities like Henderson, Boulder City, North Las Vegas, and even out to Mesquite, they have their own police departments. And for the most part, Metro, you know, they can go over there if they want, but those cities basically have their own jurisdiction.
Sure.
Here, though, we are now officially in the city limits of Las Vegas. So much of the Las Vegas Strip is in the county. It's not even within the city of Las Vegas.
What city is it in?
It's not. It's just unincorporated Clark County. Most of the people who live here in the Vegas Valley, if they don't live in Henderson or North Las Vegas, which North Las Vegas is a separate town, most of the people outside of those two actually live in unincorporated Clark County. So if you live like in the southwest part of town, you don't live in a city jurisdiction. So if you want to get like a business license, you don't go to the city of Las Vegas, you go to the Clark County Commission.
What's the story of this neighborhood?
This is an older one. So this is called Scotch 80s. We're not far at all from what you just
Look
saw.
at these old cars.
Uh-huh.
It's just got that old world feel in here.
You'll see classic cars.
Great
You'll
architecture.
see some of these huge homes, Spanish-style homes. You're going to see some modern homes here in a bit. There's a horse property over here, too. But it's right by.
Yeah, it's right by that 7-Eleven.
Yeah, we're just right.
That's the local 7-Eleven.
Uh-huh.
So the worlds here, like, do they cross much or just people stay in their zones?
In this neighborhood here, I've been through this neighborhood in my car, on foot numerous times. I've never seen like a homeless person in this neighborhood, ever. Wow. So, I mean, at least to this extent, they don't seem to cross over much.
What a crazy contrast. I like these types of neighborhoods that have the old vegetation.
Yeah.
And unique architecture, like every home is different here.
Well, this is how you can tell it's an older neighborhood because some of these homes that have grass in the front yard.
Yeah.
Like this one right in front of us here.
You're not allowed to have grass these days? Or can you?
Like newer homes? No.
Yeah, you can't, okay.
No.
Or you have remodels like this.
You have some remodels, so you'll see some more modern mixed in with some of the older. But you'll find some homes back here that have been in families that have been here for 40, 50 years. They bought their house here and they've just kept it.
It's got charm though.
It does.
I really like it.
So the reason some people who move here look for these kinds of neighborhoods, because one of the complaints they have is that to them, so many of the new neighborhoods, they look the same.
Yeah.
just have like the stucco homes and some
The same exact, like symmetrically placed
just
everywhere.
like a carbon copy. They've got so many different layouts you can choose from, and like that's it.
Jacob, as a local, what do people from the outside not understand about Vegas or living in Vegas? What are they missing?
Aside from
what can you teach them?
Yeah, well, for one, we live in like pretty normal neighborhoods, like the rest of the country. People like fly into Vegas, and it's like, hey, you see like those thousands and thousands of homes and apartment buildings and stuff. People live in those, not always on the Strip. I mean, a lot of people too, because they vacation here. You know, they come here, they go hard for 3 days, 4 days, and they think, oh, I could never live in Vegas. Like, well, if you live here, you're not going to be doing that. Like, you're not on vacation when you live here.
Right.
So people live everyday lives, do the same things you do in other cities. They have to take their kids to school, they have to go to work, they have to pay their bills. I mean, they deal with hassle at the DMV, like getting your car registered, all that sort of stuff.
It is weird, that disconnect. I've heard it before, like, what do they do for work in Vegas? Like, you have millions of people, so you have everything that a city has.
Yeah,
right?
People work at banks, they work at restaurants, they work in schools, people work in nonprofits. Yes, we have a lot of people who work in hospitalities, whether it's casinos, whether it's restaurants, whether it's clubs, whether it's tours, whatever that may be. So it's that element is unique to here, but you have a lot of jobs that just like any other major city has.
And this, I would never think of being a Vegas home.
Oh, this looks like
with this lawn.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be something out of what, the Midwest or the South?
Oh yeah. What's the water situation now? I know it was a big winter.
The water situation actually, it's interesting because Vegas is arguably in the best position of any of the areas that depend on the Colorado River water.
Because it's closest upstream to the source? As far as cities go?
Well,
why is that?
Well, because we use so little. Even the little amount that we get, we don't even use all of that. So we're only allotted like 2%. And we don't even use all of that.
Of the water that comes through the Colorado?
Mm-hmm. And even still, if Lake Mead ever hits dead pool level, which means 895 feet, at that point, the water can no longer flow through Hoover Dam to go downstream to like California and Arizona. But we can still access that water for like, I think it's 20 more feet. But it'll only be us using it, not California, Arizona. California, I think it's 27%.
So California has most of the rights to this water, right?
They've got the biggest portion.
But this is the driest big city in the country, and you get 4 inches of rain a year.
Typical, yeah. This year might actually be more because of the recent rain. But no, Las Vegas has been putting in water restrictions for over 20 years. That's what people don't realize. Some people say, like, oh, you built all these homes in the desert. How could you not prepare for this? They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, and the other thing is too, like, you think these multi-billion-dollar casinos would continue to build and continue to invest here, you know, billions of dollars, thousands of jobs dependent on these construction projects. Think they would continue to invest here if they thought the place was going to be a ghost town in 2 years, 5 years? No, not at all.
So what's the story with all the rewards cards?
So, it's a similar concept if you're into like credit cards. Credit cards have different rewards, points, and cash back, and miles, and things like that, where different casinos have different reward systems for themselves. You get points, so you get points for...
Like your videos, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Where you earn points for playing slots or playing video poker, for doing table games, and they value the points. One, the value for your dollar gets graded differently. The value for your points, what you can do with them, changes from property to property.
So this is the win.
This is it, man. You see, like, all this. This is known for being like your luxury, high-end. That was Steve Wynn's whole, you know, theme. Was he loved the luxury. He loved being the high-end. He loved making stuff that would make people say "wow" when they see it. So that's basically been his brand since forever.
And behind this this casino, do we have a tunnel?
Yeah, there probably is somewhere underneath us a tunnel. As far as where it opens, I'm not sure if there's an opening right behind this, but the tunnel network goes all throughout the entire Vegas Valley, from the northwest to the southwest, all over the place, not just near the Strip.
Okay. The slot machine experience a little different than 7-Eleven, just a tad bit.
If you're in a place like this, yes.
Is Vegas still the #1 gaming place in the world?
It's not gonna beat out Macau, that's for sure. Like these places that have properties like Buen, Venetian, MGM, places that have properties in Macau, their Macau properties make way more money than their Vegas ones. Not even close.
Are they way more opulent, amazing?
Probably similar, but it's just different demographic. I mean, Asia, over in China especially, gambling is huge.
Right.
So here in the US, gambling is not as popular among like the millennials and Gen Z as it is like was among baby boomers.
Oh, wow. That's nice. That's beautiful. Look at the forest up here.
Yep. During the nighttime, they actually have a show out here called Lake of Dreams. And if you're sitting at either of the restaurants here, you can enjoy your dinner and watch it. But here, you can just come up here, grab a drink. It's totally free.
Okay.
They do a show. I think it's every half an hour.
And you got tables down here.
Yep.
Okay, great. We're going to beat Toronto tonight. But what were you saying about pensions and casinos?
Yes, a lot of people work these casinos and hotels. Not all of them are union, but particularly on the Strip, a lot of them are union.
Okay.
And that's why a lot of them will do it 20 plus years because they can get like a good pension from it. They have like a certain retirement package set up. A lot of it's based on seniority, so it's similar like a government job.
Okay.
You have seniority, you can get like the best shifts. So there's people who are like an on-call bartender. The longest I've heard was someone, it was on the Strip, they've been an on-call bartender for 11 years.
Okay.
And they were the #1 on-call bartender, so they were the next in line to get a full-time spot.
So still to this day, is it just a few select casinos that do the pensions, or that's a normal thing?
I think it depends on the union, what the union agrees. Because like some places, like maybe the bartenders will be union, but like the security are not. Like, so even at a certain property, not everybody's necessarily union. Like, lots of times managers are not.
So many of the people working at these establishments, like the Wynn, they look at this as really good job security and like secure life and retirement type mentality.
Oh, it certainly can be. Like I knew a woman who probably 6 years ago said when she was a housekeeper at the Venetian, she was making 16 something an hour, so well above minimum wage. Plus, you obviously have to keep whatever tips she made. Plus, you have your health insurance that comes with it. So that's why some people, like, they get into one of these jobs, they like don't want to leave.
Much different vibe down here.
This is downtown.
So the casino life has died out down here for the most part, or no?
Oh no, there's numerous casinos down here. Right here, this intersection, these green lights, this is Fremont Street. If you look left here, that's going to be under the canopy that you've seen probably in movies and videos. So no, it is a different vibe downtown. We're about 2 miles north of the Strip. So 2 miles north of where a lot of people consider to be the end of the Strip.
So you go into the highway, totally changes.
Yep, and this is still Las Vegas Boulevard.
This is a hotel, or what is this over here?
Now, when you see all these weekly stays, Seagull Suites, Budget Suites, Emerald Suites, anything along those lines, those are weekly stays. Any local will tell you that, like, if you see one of those, that's not a good sign for the area. That's where you'll find lots of drug dealing. That's where you'll find soliciting. That's where you'll find usually higher rates of violence. I've known people, first responders and people who've done security that have worked those places, and they got some wild stories to tell.
And is that where you're taking us?
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna find
What's going on here?
Yeah, we're gonna find you the best room to stay in, Peter. Come on,
right.
you want the full
I was
Vegas,
asking for a hotel.
You want the full Vegas experience? I got you for at least a week. Don't even need a credit score.
Is this common?
No, but it tells you what kind of neighborhood you're in.
That's good.
I don't know, I'm not sure, Dad. He came up so quick.
I'm going to work them. No problem.
He's doing great, huh?
I think he's one of the best guys around.
I think he's got a cool vibe. You got a cool story going on here.
Yeah, man, I come in here every day, what, like 4 or 5 times a day?
Yeah, sure.
4 or 5 times a day. Is it customer of the year?
Only for natties.
In the summer,
He
he's
does-
a customer of the. In this place, 7-Eleven, we look only beers. Okay. In the Walgreens, I go there buying some stuff. They also look detergents, soaps, detergents. They
The soaps are locked
in the lock.
in Walgreens.
Yeah.
When the Slim Jims are locked, we have big problems.
You can imagine how type of people live here.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Take care, man.
Take care, boss. I'm not gonna lie, that is one of the liveliest 7-Elevens I've ever been in.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, man.
That was pretty wild.
The other cashier I spoke to, I mentioned, I said, oh yeah, I went and got the water. I said, I thought everything was locked away. I saw it was just the alcohol. He told me, he said, before they locked it away, for every 4 people that would come in and actually buy something, buy alcohol, they would have 50 come in and just steal. Just take something and walk out. So they had to lock it because or else they were going to get robbed out of business.
So, rave reviews from you. Best tacos in Las Vegas, they're claiming.
Man, that's a hell of a claim to make. That's a hell of a claim to make.
That looks solid. What do you suggest?
I like steak. I'm a steak carne asada.
Okay. I might go chicken.
Un taco de carne asada con todo. Y mi amigo va a pagar.
I do chicken quesadilla. Looks so fresh.
It is.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? It's places like these quite often have the best food.
Oh yeah. Some of the best food you ever buy is out of the trunk of someone's car.
It's true.
If I had to choose between that and paying like $12 for some.
And they're moving a ton of food out of here. And then they set up the old gas pumps as tables.
Does the trick.
There we go. It's simple. They got all the condiments in here wrapped up. A little cilantro and onions.
You know it. Ya sabes. La salsa verde. Verde. That lime and the green sauce, always a winning combination.
What was that, like $3? $2.50. That's a very cheesy quesadilla. Good combination. I'm not a food blogger, man. I try. I'm not like you. It's good. It's a good quesadilla.
All right, let's get a close-up of this.
Okay, it's very cheesy. If you like your quesadillas cheesy,
Jeez. Thing is massive. I think it was $9.
I think so, yeah.
That's a lot.
What's the name? It's Casa de Sabor. So tell people in Vegas to walk down here when they're visiting, to walk down here at night or no?
Most people, I'm not going to recommend that.
All right,
I'll do it.
During the day. During the day.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Jacob. Nice tacos. Very good.
glad you liked it, man.
Thanks for bringing us in.
Oh, you're welcome,
It's
dude.
a very cool tour, and it's very clear here in Vegas. The extremes are extreme. It's like
It can be.
this direction or that direction, very much on the edge in a way.
Yeah, a lot can change within 1 mile.
Yeah,
Or
that's the
less.
feeling. But look, cool people, everyone we met, very interesting place. And guys, I also want to mention Jacob has a channel, Jacob's Life in Las Vegas. I'll leave it up here somewhere. Click on it if you want to see all different sides of Vegas. You do everything, basically.
I cover a lot, man.
You cover a lot.
I do. I like it. I give it the variety.
So he's the Vegas guy. If you're coming here or want to know more about the city, check out his channel. Is that it? I think that's
it, man.
We got a rest over here, and I think we'll call it now.
All in a day's work.
All right, guys, thanks for coming along. Until the next one.